Welcome back, my class 7 students. How are you all? Must be busy with studies. We've given you enough assignments. In my previous session, I had taken up history chapter, first chapter of history. I hope you have gone through the chapter. Now, from your political science, that is your NCERT textbook, Social and Political Life, I'm taking up Unit 1, that is Equality in Indian Democracy. As the topic itself suggests, that equality is an integral part of Indian democracy. We cannot deny the fact that democracy happens to be incomplete without having the significant feature as equality. On equality, the first chapter. Equality, it means that every individual in the country belonging to any caste, religion, tribe, economic or educational background is equal. Which means that we cannot discriminate on the basis of a person's caste, the religion he follows, the community he belongs to, even the gender, boy or a girl, man or a woman. It should not make any difference. This does not guarantee any elimination of inequality, but now there are many laws that seek to ensure that people are treated equally and with dignity. With dignity means with self-respect. Every individual has a right to have his own self-respect. Now, democracy, as we know, it's a government of the people, by the people, and for the people. So, people have their involvement and participation in running the democratic form of government. As we talk about equality, even the Article 14 of the Constitution of India provides for equality before law or equal protection of laws within the territory of India. It states, the state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or the equal protection of laws within the territory of India. So, in the eyes of law, everybody happens to be equal, and Article 14 ascertains that. Equality in Indian democracy. Now, recognition of equality includes some of the following provisions in the Constitution. First, every person is equal before law, which means be it the president of a country or a domestic helper, has to obey the same laws. Which means there should be no disparity, no discrimination. Even if it's a domestic helper, even if it's a rickshaw puller, even if it's a person who is doing menial jobs, has equal rights as that of the topmost authority of the country. Second, no person can be discriminated against on the basis of their religion, race, caste, place of birth, or whether they are male or female. It doesn't make any difference to whichever state he is born into. An Indian citizen has a right to equality. Now, when we say equality in Indian democracy, it is very clear that the two ways in which the government has tried to implement the equality that is guaranteed in the Constitution. First, through laws. Yes, various laws have been promulgated, they have been framed. to impart equality. Practicing inequality, looking down upon underprivileged, it's a punishable offense through government programs or schemes to help the disadvantaged communities. Government has introduced n number of programs so as to bring at par all the people of the country, even the underprivileged. There have been special provisions made for them. Even if you look into the area of schools, certain measures have been taken so as to stop the dropouts from schools. And the most welcoming initiative was by Tamil Nadu government, which introduced midday meals. So that was a lucrative offer by the school, wherein the children were sent to school. At least they'll get one-time meal. Now, types of equality. Predominantly, we look into three types of equality. One is political, another is social, and another is economic. When we talk about social equality, equality in society, everybody has to be treated equal, whether whichever language he speaks, whichever food habits he is having, whichever religion he is practicing, irrespective of discrimination on social grounds. Now, social equality is a state of affairs in which all people within a specific society or isolated group have the same status in possibly all respects, including civil rights, freedom of speech, property rights, and equal access to certain social goods and social services. So, rights and freedom, they have been imparted to all. Rights means fundamental rights. Now, political equality. It implies that all citizens should have equal access to similar political rights. They may include the right to vote, to contest elections, to voice one's political opinion, and criticize government policies. Yes, the parties, the opposition parties, they do this. And to actively participate in governance. Political equality is that the equal rights should be given to vote and also to contest in election, irrespective of caste, creed, religion, economic status. Yes, everybody has been given the right to vote, provided he is mentally sound. That is universal adult franchise. It means that anyone who has attained the age of 18 years has the right to vote. If you take the meaning of each word here, it goes like universal, anyone. Adult, 18 years of age. He has attained the 18 years of age. And franchise, right to vote. So, universal adult franchise suggests that anybody who has attained the age of 18 years is eligible to cast the vote in the elections. Now, economic equality. In certain areas, recent years, economic equality is acquiring greater significance than any other kind of equality, and specifically political equality. Political equality is giving right to vote. Political equality is saying that even if in a queue you are standing to cast your vote, a domestic helper could be there, the owner of a factory could be there, an officer can be there, they all will be standing in the same queue. because they have been provided political equality. Economic development, adequate employment, reasonable wages, etc. Equal Wages Act may be taught to you in, I believe, in the next class. So by the time, you only need to know that equality in all the perspectives, even economic status. Now the gap between rich and poor should be lowest. There should be equitable distribution of wealth and resources. It also means the provision of equal opportunities to all so that they may be able to make economic progress. So how they'll be making economic progress? When they are being given equal opportunities to earn their livelihood. Economic equality never suggests that everybody will be distributed equal amount of money. No, it suggests that everybody would be given equal opportunity to earn the money. Rule of law under Indian Constitution. Now, rule of law. What does it suggest by the word itself? That under Indian Constitution, the principle that all people and institutions are subject to and accountable to law, that is fairly applied and enforced. The principle of government by law means everybody is equal in the eyes of law. Everybody has to be meted the same treatment. Now, irrespective of social discrimination, social disparities, people are to be given equal opportunity of survival. Wherein two words I had taken out, that is rights and freedom. Fundamental rights. They ascertain that everybody has a right to education. Everybody has a right to freedom of religion. So there are certain rights, almost 14 of them are incorporated there. And freedom, of course, you are a free individual. You are free to go anywhere around. You are free to profess or practice any profession. So in that event, when we say that equality itself is having a wider horizon. If we go into detail, we can say that equality happens to be of three kinds. One is social equality, another is political equality, and third happens to be economic equality. So, in all these three equalities, we have to ascertain that everybody is being treated equal irrespective of his gender discrimination, irrespective of the religion he follows, irrespective of whichever caste he belongs to, or he is rich or he is underprivileged or poor, as we say, or in any way he cannot be deprived of his political rights even, which suggests that in a democratic form of government, every individual has been given a right to choose his own government. Not his own government, the government of his own choice rather. Am I right? Because when we talk about it, democracy also is of two types. One is direct democracy and indirect democracy. In India, we have indirect democracy, which says that representatives of the people are running the government. Am I right? So, here I wind up this chapter, first module, and I prefer to carry forward the chapter in the second module, wherein I would be taking up the topics of this chapter, wherein we would be discussing, we would be discussing midday meals. Midday meal was a provision, a very good initiative taken by the government. This program was introduced in elementary schools. We'll read this. I'll explain it to you in the next module. And At the same time, we would be also looking into the case study of Rosa Parks, where she initiated civil rights movement, and later on in 1964 Civil Rights Act was framed, promulgated, right? So with this, I suggest that you go through your textbook, NCERT textbook, go through these topics, make sure that you understand, and if at all you find any difficult word or statement, you please highlight or underline, and so that we can sort it out once we meet next. Thank you for now and stay safe.